In 2003, Nissan North America debuted the Nissan Murano. Today, we're going to be reviewing with you the brand new, latest generation 2025 Murano and share with you all the changes that Nissan has made to this new generation. Let's check it out. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, click the link in the video description to get a conversation started with any one of our team members. Here at Pkwy Nissan of Stoney Creek, we deal with all makes and models. Let's get it going. So let's take a look at that beautiful front end of this new 2025 Murano. And first I want to point out, we see a lot of manufacturers today, they've done away with the larger sized 5-passenger SUVs like this. For years, the biggest competitors to the Nissan Murano were the Toyota Venza and the Ford Edge. Both of those vehicles have been discontinued, and they were about a year to a year and a half ago. They are no longer on the market. Now, Honda recently, as a competitor, you could say, to this 5-passenger Nissan, has brought out the new Passport, and there is the new Crown Signia from Toyota, but that's also a hybrid, where this is a 4-cylinder turbo 2-liter engine mated to a 9-speed conventional gearbox. Now, let us know in the comments below, what do you guys think of this front end? What I definitely take from this when I look at it is it's very simple with its lines. It has a very sophisticated, elegant look to it, and they've definitely gone to a design language where sometimes less is more. Now, what I mean by that is if you look at the hood, we see some vehicles where it has lots of lines or bubbles or creases in it. With the new Murano, it's just 2 nice lines across the outside, a very squared off oval front end with bumper, with some nice lines and a nice Murano signature in the front here. We've got our beautiful Nissan logo and the famous B-Motion grille. Down at the very bottom here, you'll have your emergency braking system, your sonar detection for when you're parking the vehicle, or if it were to sense a collision could happen. And of course, that large forward-facing front camera for the ease of parking on your Sunday shopping sprees. The first thing I'll point out, and you'll see in a lot of our most recent videos with Nissans, is they would have a black fender cover, black cladding on the outside to protect the vehicle from any kind of damage from shopping carts or road rash or whatever you have it. But I'm noticing on this new Murano, they've gotten away from it. And I think the big thing, like I said, about the front end of the vehicle is it's all about cleanliness, keeping the line simple, and almost less is more. You can take that approach here definitely with this new Murano. So looking at the side here, again, clean up front. This particular model of Murano is the SL package. The SL package comes with a 20-inch wheel, and then there is a Platinum edition above this where it gives you a little bit different finish on this wheel on the outside. I'm curious to see your thoughts here on these wheels. What do you think of this design? Personally, myself, I like a little bit more chrome and finish on those wheels, but they've gone to a more gunmetallic muted look. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of that myself, but I'm curious to see what your thoughts are. Let us know. Obviously, Nissan knows a lot more than what we do here. This is something that I would have liked to see. I do like what they've done. If you look along the roofline here, we've got this beautiful chrome all the way through the back. We see on a lot of vehicles, some of our vehicles they've gotten away from, but it definitely breaks up the roofline from the body line a little bit, and it just gives it that nice, elegant view from the side. I like what they've done here on the side. You've got that beautiful black mirror just breaking up from the white. You've got your turn indicators inside of it. And of course, it does come with your blind spot warning inside the mirror to make sure you know anybody that's beside you. Along the side here, they've simplified the intelligent key button a little bit, and I like what they've done. Simple one-touch button for locking it, unlocking it, or getting out of the vehicle. It also comes with key recognition, so when you walk up to the vehicle, you can program the vehicle where it'll unlock the door or lock the vehicle the moment you were to walk away. So not necessary to always push that button. If you like that convenience feature, it is customizable within the infotainment system of the Nissan Murano. I do like what they did here with this black cladding at the very bottom, just protecting it from any kind of debris or stones, if you will, that if they were to come up along the side, you're not going to damage that nice finish on that paint. To the back here, we've got the locking rear gas cap. And I like how Nissan has gone to a capless system. It just makes life so much easier at any given time of the day or any part through the year, especially when it's -10 and freezing outside, or if there's snow or ice, you're not fidgeting taking off a gas cap, and it keeps your hands clean when you're at the fuel pumps. Good feature with that. Moving along here to the rear of the vehicle, this is probably my most favorite part. And again, let us know what you guys think. But looking at this new Murano, I love what they've done with these taillights. It has a very modern look to it. We see this with some of the higher end Lincolns. It almost reminds me of what you'd see on some of the Tesla vehicles, and probably many, many more where they've got some inspiration from. But I love how it has like a cross-hatch singular LED coming across the back, and how it comes across the whole tailgate. It really just finishes off the vehicle nice and gives it a beautiful look from the rear. I love how from the top down, the rear quarter panel has a nice bulge to it. It gives some nice hips to the vehicle and just gives it a little bit more stance and appeal to anybody behind you looking at the rear end of this vehicle. In previous vehicles, I've always been one to talk about the person behind you knowing what the vehicle is in front. And I love how Nissan on our Rogue, our Pathfinder, and the Murano now have that badging across the back. We see this with Ford Raptor, we see this with Dodge Ram, just really highlighting what this vehicle is. So again, great job with that. You've got your beautiful Nissan badge. Again, this is the SL package. And at the very bottom here, love how they've done this black cladding plastic, again for protection. You've got your rear sonar system built into that, and then down below, this beautiful black finish, almost like a black and gray finish on the paint, giving a bit of that two-tone again, and elegant feel. We've got our button here for the back. Interesting spot where Nissan's put to open up the tailgate. Usually it's a little bit down below. And the first thing you'll notice is the ease in transition for if you were to load anything. So imagine if I had a shopping cart here, it'll be easy to bring up cases of water, my groceries, my belongings. I'm a golfer myself, so if I'm out at the golf course or playing hockey, playing soccer, it's easy to get my bags in and out. I'm not having to drop or lift anything up too high. So I think Nissan's done a fabulous job with that. Has some great features in the rear here. If I wanted to drop the seats down on either side, there's a lever for both sides. It's a 60-40 split for the rear, and it offers a ample amount of cargo space for anybody that's going to be putting stuff in the rear here. The one thing I want to point out is a lot of 7-passenger vehicles, you would think that there's a lot of space offered in the rear because it's a 7-passenger. That's not always the case because the vehicles are not typically that much bigger. And I find that a 7-passenger vehicle, if the rear seats are up, there's little to no space in the rear. So again, the nice thing with a 5-passenger vehicle here in this particular Murano is it offers a ton of cargo space in the rear here, as you can see, with the functionality that the rear seats do fold nearly flat. Let's talk a little bit about the power liftgate here in the rear. So you'll notice it's not very high up right now. And for some people that may live with this day to day, you may live in a condo or an apartment somewhere, and you may just not have the ceiling height to be able to always have this at full capacity or full range. With the Nissan Murano for 2025, it does have a memory feature with it where you can adjust manually at first its height, hold that liftgate button and reprogram that vehicle to learn where you'd like the vehicle or liftgate to stop with its opening. All right, so ample headroom underneath. I'm 6'1" myself, and ease getting in and out, moving back and forth. Come with me now, let's hop inside of the vehicle and see what Nissan has done as far as technology and infotainment systems inside the new 25 Murano. So we're now sitting inside the 2025 Murano. The first thing I want to point out is how comfortable the interior is. Nissan now for years has had NASA-inspired zero-gravity seats, It's very prominent and obvious in this particular vehicle. Having driven many vehicles over the lifetime of my career in the automotive industry, the seats in this arguably might be the most comfortable seats I've ever sat in. That's something that I would love to hear your thoughts. If you've had a look at a 2025 Murano, or if you currently own one, let us know in the comments below. Would you not agree with me that the seats in this particular Murano are light years ahead of anything previously in any other Murano or Nissan for that matter? Sitting inside the vehicle, it's very obvious that Nissan's taken some inspiration from some other manufacturers, and the first that comes to mind is Tesla. If anybody's ever been in a Tesla vehicle, we all know it's less is more inside of their vehicles as far as design and simplicity. Inside the Murano here, looking on the left-hand side here, we have our memory seats that we can set for different drivers. We have our simple buttons at the very bottom here for our windows and mirror settings. And then we have our buttons along the side here for Pro Pilot, our tailgate, and anything to do with the emergency brake. As we move into the middle here, if you take a look with me, it's very clean and everything flows through this large screen at the very top here. A few buttons down below with volume control. And this faux wood looking dash is actually sensitive to touch, which controls our fan, our temperature inside the vehicle, and of course our push button ignition. If we go through, it's a 12.3 inch screen, and it's very similar to Nissan Ariya, our EV electric vehicle. Obviously some same design philosophy and sophistication that Nissan has put into this. But as we go through, it's a gorgeous look. It has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Google Assistant built in all into this vehicle. And it's a gorgeous screen, does not lag at all whatsoever, and it's super easy to touch. Going through here, this particular model is set up with our Bose audio system, and it's designed specifically for the interior to create an ambiance inside this vehicle like no other and give that sophisticated feel sitting inside this Murano. As we go through here and open up this armrest, it is quite large, it's very deep. I'd say approximately about 16 inches deep, lots of space, lots of plugins, and I love that Nissan has put in a wireless charger at the very bottom here with a decline, making sure that going around any corners, this vehicle is not going to lose my phone. It's not going to slide off to one side or the other. It keeps everything contained and making sure that when I get to my final destination, the phone is charged. Going through it here, this is a little bit different. I'm not used to seeing, and I like what they've done. It's very easy to put the vehicle in park, put it in reverse. It's just a simple touch of a button, neutral, or into drive or manual mode. It does come with this option where we can go between different D mode selectors here, where we can have the vehicle drive in a more sport dynamic feel, more into a standard obviously feel, in eco mode where it's going to put a little bit of resistance on that gas pedal so we're not mashing it to get up to speed with everybody else in the flow of traffic. Down at the very bottom here, there is an auto hold. I do love this feature. This morning I went to get my coffee. I do love this feature with the auto hold. I was in the drive-thru getting my coffee and taking my foot off the brake. While in drive, the vehicle didn't move. It didn't roll or continue to have any momentum. No different than if I was sitting at a red light. It would keep the vehicle stationary until I hit that gas pedal and continue to move forward. Great feature, very simple design. I love that they've had these massive cup holders in here as well. My partner and I, we quite often have Yeti mugs or Stanley mugs, and I know that in this particular vehicle they do fit with ease, and we're not having to put them stashed away into the doors like some vehicles, unfortunately. Down below here, we do have a good sized glove box, and as we go through here again, you can see the very simple, modern, and elegant buttons and dials here to control that airflow coming through the front to make sure that the passengers up front here or sitting in the rear get some nice airflow coming through. As we look up here, we've got our tilt and power panoramic moonroof. We've got our auto dimming rear view mirror and a shade that goes all the way above the second row in the rear of the vehicle. So that's it, everybody, for the 2025 Murano. Let us know in the comments below, what do you guys think of this particular vehicle? Do you think Nissan's hit a home run here, or do you think it's stayed the exact same? There's a lot of change in this automotive landscape with 5 passengers that are growing, 7 passengers. And is this something that you could own if you were a family man or you had some young children, or would you opt for that bigger vehicle? Like always, guys, thank you so much for checking out the video. If you can hit that like button down below and that subscribe bell notification to get notified when that next video comes out, we'd really appreciate your support. We do drop a new video weekly, and if you hit that subscribe button down below, you'll see that next one come out as we review all different vehicles and all makes and models. Thanks again, guys. Again, my name is Brendan Maslin, the General Sales Manager at Pkwy Nissan of Stony Creek. Thanks again, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one. Come and get it. Whether you're commuting into the city, driving into the city, or leaving the city to go into the cottage country or countryside, let's talk about why the 2025 Kicks might just be the right vehicle for you. I'm Brendan at Pkwy Nissan. Let's get right into it. Looking at the 2025 Kicks here, it starts at $27,199, a very respectable price into a small crossover like the Kicks. The front end here, everything about this vehicle has been fully redesigned. I just want to talk about this vehicle and some of the subtle changes that Nissan has made to this vehicle. First and foremost, let us know in the comments below. This is called Yuzu Yellow, and it comes with the optional black roof two-tone. Is this a color you guys would get behind? Is this something that you guys could see in your driveway? I'm personally a big fan of this. I love this color, it stands out. It adds some personality to that car, and it's a little bit different than everything else that's out there. Gray cars, black cars, white cars. This gives some extra flair and says, hey, I'm driving a Nissan Kicks. So talking about the front end, Nissan with their new logo and Nissan's V-Motion grille, we have that across all of our whole lineup. This is a common theme, and we see this in a lot of the vehicles nowadays. Massive LED headlights come standard on 2025 Kicks. Great feature to give you that illumination for when you're driving at nighttime, but also for people to see you. Talking about safety on this vehicle, some key things that come standard on the 2025 Kicks are pedestrian detection. Driving in downtown Toronto, busy day with traffic and there's a lot of red lights and a pedestrian walks out in front of you, the car will pick that up quicker than what your response would be, and it'll automatically apply those brakes to make sure that that pedestrian and you stay safe. The next thing I want to talk about is the Kicks here, it's grown in size. We noticed that the hips and shoulder lines on this new Kicks has grown. It almost seems like it's got more of a bulldog stance to it and has a little bit more presence. Still being a small subcompact crossover, it's nice to see that it looks a little bit bigger with those shoulder lines and hip lines. Again, what do you guys think? Are you driving a current Kicks right now? Do you see the differences in what this new one are? All 2025 Kicks come with Nissan's Safety Shield 360, offering 6 safety features on all 2025 Kicks. And we'll talk all about those as we get into the vehicle a little bit more in depth. All right, so coming down the side of the car here, talking about those broad shoulder lines, I love how Nissan has this line from the front of the car all the way through the back. It just gives clear definition and really accentuates the profile and those hips and shoulder lines to the car. I love what Nissan has been doing over the past few years with this black cladding. Just ensures that if you're driving shopping carts at the busy malls or grocery stores, that this isn't going to get damaged or scuffed up. Nissan on this particular model has a 17-inch rim wrapped in a gorgeous all-season tire. Nissan with a lot of our vehicles is going to that two-tone. What do you guys think? Is this something that you would purchase? Could you see yourself driving this particular vehicle? And do you like those rims? Again, two-tone vehicle, black roof, has the glossy black mirrors. Just gives that nice stance to it. As we go down to the very bottom here, same black cladding and a little bit of a chrome accent. I do like that. And then as we go through, a lot of our Nissan vehicles has that chrome trim along the back. I do wish that this was actually black. I think it would be a little bit complementary to the two-tone a little bit more. I'm not sure that I'm a big fan of the chrome myself, but there's gonna be some that would argue me on that. So again, I'd love to hear your thoughts below. Do you like the chrome or would you have preferred to see this all blacked out? We've got Nissan's intelligent key system, so walking up to the car, keys are in your pocket, keys are in your purse. Just push the button on the side here with ease, and you can open that door. And then when you're getting out of the vehicle, same thing, just push the button again, and you can walk away. Tinted windows come with this particular model. Love how we've got this black finish and continuation throughout. I love what Nissan has done here. There's a little Easter egg showing Nissan kicks, and it's in the color of the desired vehicle in color that you choose. This is a small little thing here. Maybe not for everybody, but for me, I go to the gas station when it's cold, warm, everyone's always in a rush. No one wants to be at the gas station for too long. This is a simple thing that will save a little bit of time, and it locks. So not to worry that someone's gonna ever steal your fuel. Obviously the vehicle's unlocked right now, so not an issue, but it's capless. Previous kicks, you'd have to get there, twist it off, your hands get dirty, there's salt on it, all of a sudden it's getting on the side of the car, on your pants. In this particular case here, quick and easy, fill her up, lock her up. If you were to walk away or lock that vehicle, it'll also lock this cap door as well, all right? Okay guys, this is where the 25 kicks over delivers and packs a heavy punch. Let's take a look at the rear cargo area of the 25 kicks. This is exceptional. So it offers 716 liters of cargo space in the rear part of this car. That's more than enough for hockey bags, gym bags, your golfing equipment, a couple of suitcases, or the baby stroller. Now, if you need more than that, it does offer the functionality to drop the rear seats either in a 60 or 40 format, which will then give you 900 liters of cargo space. I love what Nissan has done here in the rear of the vehicle. If you're someone that is looking to keep your precious belongings intact in one spot, there are two little tie-down cleats in the back of the vehicle, much of what we see in pickup trucks, to make sure that your cargo in the very back of the vehicle isn't rolling around or getting damaged or destroyed at any given point. Thing I really love about it, so I'm about 6'1", you know, getting underneath this vehicle. Some vehicles you have to kind of duck to get in, might be a little bit more challenging. Not an issue walking in and out underneath this new 2025 kicks. But the biggest thing is the floor. Some vehicles, if I were to load my belongings inside, it could be challenging dropping them down or lifting them up a little bit higher. The kicks is almost just above my kneecaps. It's an easy transition for putting things in or pulling things out. Not that you're gonna be bending over or lifting up too high. Makes it easy, especially if you can think of going to the grocery store and you have that shopping cart out in front of you. It seems to be probably about the same height as what a shopping cart would be, with ease bringing that stuff in and out. So I think Nissan has done a home run with the 2025 kicks. Let us know in the comments below. Do you think this would offer enough space for something you would be looking for? Or do you think you'd want something a little bit larger? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Okay everyone, let's hop inside the vehicle now and see what everything is about on the inside of this new 25 kicks. So hopping in this car, it feels way more upscale and modern than you would expect for a vehicle with a price point starting at $27,199. The dash, the layout, the materials, and the feel are soft touches, beautiful carpet-like feeling inside, and gorgeous plastics with brushed aluminum steel finishes. Again, not something you would expect in a vehicle like this. As we go through, it comes with an 8-inch screen on most models. When we move up to an SV all-wheel drive, or top trims, it does come with a 12.3-inch display screen, which supports Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and wireless in most models. The seats are zero gravity. Zero gravity seats in the front and rear are designed to help reduce fatigue, help with circulation, and help ease any kind of pressure that may be exerted on the body from any parts of the seats from sitting over longer distance drives. Now, if you're living in Canada, heated seats and a heated steering wheel are both standard features on all 2025 kicks. A great feature coming in at that price point. Let's talk a little bit about the dash here. So looking at the dash, automatic headlights come on this particular model. We happen to be sitting in an SV right now. As we move along the steering wheel on the left-hand side, we've got our simplistic volume controls, some buttons on the side of that that'll navigate and toggle between some of the different drive settings. We've got all of our instrument and audio shortcuts on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side here, we have intelligent cruise control, where it will assist with making sure that the person or driver in front of us is a safe distance between our vehicle and theirs.
making sure to avoid the possibility of any collision that could happen. Moving into the center part of the steering wheel, we've got, again, that bold in-your-face Nissan logo and your Bluetooth connectivity. I must say, a nice feature they've done with the Nissan Kicks is leather steering wheel on this particular model. And I love that flat bottom feel. It feels almost race inspired, but it makes it easy for someone like me when I'm sitting a little bit further back, getting in and out of the car. I'm not gonna brush my pants along that steering wheel. It makes the ease of getting in and out of the car a little bit easier. Moving into the middle part here, gorgeous 12.3-inch screen. As we go through, we'll navigate here. We've got our Apple CarPlay, all our beautiful touches and setups, XM radio, rear view camera. It is an option with these particular models to get a full 360-degree view camera. That comes on higher trims with a nose camera as well, assisting in parking. They've certainly taken the approach here that less is more, meaning a lot of the functionality for some of our buttons, if it's not on the touch screen, it's in this middle console where it's very simple with 3 or 4 buttons that we're going to use at most for many things, and few buttons also at the very bottom here for all the climate controls. It just makes it easy. There's some cars that we've seen through years where there's dozens of buttons and it's hard to figure out where everything is located. This just keeps everything directly in front of the driver or in the passenger seat. I love this feature for myself. I always forget to bring a USB cable along with me. Wireless capability for charging that phone. Supports all size devices for iPhone and for Android. Great feature, and I love how Nissan's made it on a decline. I've been in vehicles in the past where the wireless charging is level to the actual dashboard, and what happens is when you're driving along, the phone can fly around and move. In this particular case here, with having it in a decline, that phone's not going to move. It's going to stay put where it's intended to be, and make sure that when you get to your destination, you're going to have a phone that has much more battery life in it. Down at the bottom here, looking at some of the features that Nissan's put on this vehicle, for someone that's sitting in heavy urban traffic, I love this feature where it's an auto hold. So if you're sitting at a red light, some red lights can be upwards of 15 or 20 seconds, even some of them up to a minute. The auto hold will allow you to take your foot off the brake pedal, so you're not sitting there in heavy traffic after a long day with your foot continuously on that brake. Just helps with reducing that leg strain. We also have Nissan on all kicks has an electric parking brake. And then we have a different set of different drive modes. So if you look at the screen here, we've got a sport mode, standard mode, an eco mode, and then a snow mode, all helping in different climates and your desired method of driving. So the biggest, if there was a criticism with the previous generation Nissan Kicks that came out in 2018, was that it felt slightly underpowered. It delivered 122 horsepower, and Nissan engineers truly listened to you. In the new 2025 Kicks, second generation, it now has a 2-liter, 140 horsepower engine mated to a CVT continuously variable transmission, offering exceptional fuel economy at 7 liters per 100 kilometers combined average, which is truly exceptional for a vehicle in this size. I strongly encourage all of you for this type of vehicle, if you're looking at something in this segment, whether you're looking at Chevrolet Trax, Honda HR-V, or any other maker model, to give this one a look. Come see us at Parkway Nissan. We'd love for you to experience the new 2025 Kicks so you can see for yourselves exactly what this vehicle is all about. Again, my name is Brendan Maslin, the General Sales Manager here at Parkway Nissan. Thank you so much for checking us out today. We look forward to seeing you on the next one. Till then, come and get it.